Sankaku Games.
Hello there everybody, it's Neil from Sankaku Games. I'm just going to be running through a little basic tutorial for flying the Mosquitos. Funnily enough, it's the one actually pictured in the terminal here in order to spawn your vehicles. Well, your air vehicles that is. Obviously you get the other one over here which is for your galaxy, which is we'll go through another time, and obviously from here you can also spawn the Liberator. Again, we will go through that at another time. At the moment, I have pretty basic stuff on my Mosquito, apart from my Hellfire rocket pods. This is mainly for air-to-ground combat, for taking out tanks and lots of little bunches of men? Lots of bunches of little people running about on the field. I can just spam them with the rockets and kill them. So let's just quickly go through a couple of things that would be handy for you to run over before you actually go into the air or spawn a vehicle, because obviously you don't want to handicap yourself by not setting it. So first of all, we will go into the control settings. You need to really, this vehicle mouse sensitivity and flight vehicle sensitivity, you need to kind of play around with it once you're actually in the vehicle. But one thing you might want to think about is the invert vertical fly before you spawn your vehicle, because you may have a bit of trouble trying to go, whoa, this is the wrong way round. So as default, invert vertical fly is turned off. So keep that in mind before you spawn your vehicle. So basically when you take off, you're going to be flying, like pushing your mouse up will move your nose of your vehicle up, which will then make you fly up if you have a bit of speed with it. However, moving your mouse down will also move your nose down, which will then plummet you to the earth. So if you spawn a vehicle thinking it's automatically on invert vertical fly, you will plummet to the ground. Because you obviously want to go higher so you can fly away, but that's not going to happen. So, right, let's, that's about it really. So obviously just enable this vertical fly if you want your nose to move up, to head up by moving your mouse down, if you get what I mean. At the moment, for my controls, before I take off and show you a bunch of flying around and stuff, my controls is managed by my mouse, which I use a Razer Death Adder, and I use a Razer Nostromo in my left hand. The Nostromo is basically like a shortened keyboard. It's more of a keypad. What I'll do is I'll throw up a picture in this area so you can have a look. I'll put the Nostromo up here and I'll put the Death Adder below, and that way you can basically have a look to see what devices I'm actually using when I fly and fight in my videos. So we spawn the vehicle. Once you've spawned your vehicle from the terminal in front of us, you're going to have to obviously adjust the flight vehicle sensitivity to whatever you find is more comfortable for yourself. You're going to have to fly around and do some maneuvers and basically play around with it, land, adjust, take off, and play around with it again. Right, so nice of him to run on my face. Oh, he's gone. So let's run a bit over what the console has to offer us in the terms of why isn't my Nostromo doing anything? Okay, we'll press E. No, hold on, I'll go over here. We'll try it again here. Yeah, it is working. I'm just a bit lagged. Right, so we'll try again. I want to use these terminals. I don't know why. There you go. Right, so when you open up your terminal window, you automatically come up with this. It sits on your Mosquito. If you're part of the Terran Republic, obviously for Vanu and the New Conglomerate, you will have different vehicles because you're different races and whatnot. Or factions, should I say. Right, so carrying on, we have 180 aerospace points, basically. Um, these are gained based on how much land you own, which I will cover um, in another thing. But basically, to give you a short explanation, the more land you own, which obviously we always own, 'cause Terra Republic rule, but that gives me a lot of aerospace to fly around anyway. But if you check your resources on the right hand side, what you're looking for is this green one. This is what you're looking for. If you're wanting to get in the air all the time, you need to help your faction get as much land as possible and capture aerospace bases like so. You scroll in, it should, I'm pretty sure it did tell you. Maybe I just don't have it enabled. I don't know, I'll look into that later, but yes, that's basically it. 750, so I've obviously got plenty to purchase a Mosquito 180. Obviously you can go in, you can change your weapons if you have actually purchased any, like for I have on my secondaries, I can either have external afterburner fuel tanks which will extend how long I can afterburn for, but we'll go into afterburning in a second, and obviously I've explained the Hellfire rocket pods already. I have this little expansion which I can add on, which I bought with certificates. As you play the game, you earn certificates, which allows you to unlock certain things throughout the game, which help boost like firing rate. Well, I don't think there actually is anyone for firing rate. This is uh, a bit of a conflict here with the text over the text, but yeah. So basically it will increase your reload speed for like rocket pods and how much ammo it holds and stuff like that. So as you can see at the moment I'm on basic 16 magazine size and 50 for this one. Obviously you can increase the stuff, but I've got ammo capacity applied to that one, and I like to basically have ammo. That's the one thing I like about games like this. I like to be a class that always has ammo, so that's why I'm most of the time an engineer, so I can give myself ammo and I can survive longer on my own. Although I'm part of an outfit, I also am a benefit to them as I throw down ammo, and they are now plenty of ammo. So obviously you have your appearance categories, miscellaneous. I don't have anything for that at the moment. Maybe stick an ornament. Nope, that's the ornament section. Stick an ornament somewhere if you buy it or whatever in these shops. But as you can see, I have. This is what your standard Mosquito would look like. Let's hold on, take off this decal. Right, so ornaments. I don't have any, so I can't show you any of them at the moment, but once I unlock stuff I'll do an advanced tutorial in regards to the Mosquito specifically, and I'll show you a couple of things. But obviously we have the Alpha Squad camouflage, which I have purchased the Alpha Squad back in beta a long time ago when they first advertised it. I just jumped in and gimme. So this is the Mosquito as its normal appearance. You apply the Alpha Squad, and as you can see it applies some nice graphics to the Mosquito itself, which gives it a bit of camouflage. Obviously you can buy different ones which will camouflage it based on what kind of environment you're in. You have different decals which you can also purchase different ones, but some of them come depending on like achievements or whatever. Obviously I'm part of the beta since like long time. I've been in the beta for months now, so I obviously get the beta. It sits here on the Mosquito, and you get the Alpha Squad decal, which is when you purchase Alpha Squad. Actually you can't actually buy Alpha Squad anymore, so if you missed out on that, sorry about that. But I'm going to stick with the beta because I like the beta. I love the beta. Right, so that's basically it for the Mosquito loadout. Obviously you can set up different loadouts as you progress through the game and level up and get different battle ranks. You will be able to unlock more loadouts, so you can have preset configurations like this one has fuel tanks and no, number one has the rocket pod, so I can have air to air. I can quickly equip air to air and air to ground if I need to get up there. Somebody says get air to ground up in the air right now, I can just go right loadout 1, let's go, and then I click spawn now. Okay, so we are going to spawn my Mosquito and run through a couple of flights. Right, so with my Nostromo I have quite a lot of things set up for ease of control. I have something so I can turn into third person view on my Mosquito, which basically helps you when you're flying around. It gives you a bit more view without obstructions such as your hold on, let me land this here. Let me land. So I'll show you how to basically land safely and all that so you don't crash into the ground and all that. But, so obviously when you're in here you have obstructions like your afterburner and your whole HUD of the vehicle basically all over the place. So switching to this, it just gives you more of a view. You've just got this little aircraft down in the bottom and it's quite simple to see. Obviously when I am about to attack again, I just quickly throw it in and I use the on-screen display to pin him down and kill him. Right, so obviously down in the bottom left hand corner we have your KPH, which is your speed, and you on the right hand side you have your altitude, is how high you are off the ground. 57 meters, is that right? Okay. So obviously this is not the lowest point where I am at the moment because there is somewhere that goes quite low, which I might fly into at some point just to give you a little guide. But hold on, yeah, that's never mind. Right, so you got your afterburner here. At the moment, I don't think it activates until I try to use it, but we'll run through that in a moment. The ammo on the top, where it says 50 to 610. This is for your primary ammo or your primary gun. If you use your scroll, it will actually swap to your secondary gun if you do have one attached to your Mosquito. This displays on the left hand side how much you've currently got in your load and how much you have remaining. So obviously if I fire one, let's just do it just for fun. There you go, it's 15. I reload, you get in the center a little progress type thing that shows you how long it is to reload that. So you can basically plan your attack while it's reloading, duck down under cover. When it's finished reloading, get up and start nailing them again. But as you can see, I've now gone down to 39. So if you fire 2 rockets or so, you can reload. You won't take a full 17 out of your 40. You only take whatever you've used. So that's a good thing. You can always reload any weapon in this game without having to sacrifice like a whole clip. For say, like if the clip had 50 rounds in it, and you only spent 1 round in your previous clip, you don't lose all 50, you just take 1 bullet out of it in a sense. Right, so I think that's basically it for the HUDs and everything. Yep, I think that would be it. We're just going to take off and I'll give you some tips about flying around. Right, at the moment you may hear me tapping on my Nostromo. That's me basically tapping the key which I use for going up, I think. I'm not entirely sure. Obviously I've got my settings pre-configured on my Nostromo to blend with my layout for my hand, so it's just more comfortable. This is the key thing though, before you fly your Mosquito, you have to get all these kind of things set up first, because otherwise you're going to spend a lot of mosquitoes crashing into the ground just because you're not comfortable and you're not sure of your own settings. So it's one of the good things to get set up. Right, so I'll just show you the basic flying techniques. When you're on the ground and obviously you want to take off, you can just hold forward. It will lift you off the ground and it will start driving you.
Move out, soldier.
There's another thing. I'll just get back in the zone before I get killed. Right, so as you've seen there, it pulled me off the ground and then I slowly went forward, to which I adjusted with my mouse. I pulled my mouse down because I have an inverted setup, so I push forward and then I pull down and then she arcs up. I press my spacebar. I'm not entirely sure what that button is, but I'll tell you in a second, because obviously I've got all these pre-configured. So let's have a quick check. Go into settings, you go into key bindings, you go into aircraft, and right, there you go. I've got ascend set to spacebar, which is just basically a button that I use on my thumb with the Nostromo. And obviously you got descend, which I use the same as crouch. I think that's a default setting anyway. So what I do is when I'm taking off, I push forward, but at the same time I use spacebar once I've taken off. If you want to just go vertical, you just press spacebar, and that'll just go directly up. If you want to go straight down, use control, and then land. Right, the safest way to land, I'll show you a trick now while I'm actually on the ground. If you hold back, as if you want to decrease your speed, so you're like pulling back, which is normally S on the keyboard if you have default controls. If you just hold that button, it will lift you off the ground, and keep holding it, and then it will make you hover. So this will allow you to just hover if you want to just see what's going on ahead, but you don't want to sit too high, and you don't want to like land because you want to be able to take just like maneuver straight away. Oh, I've got the edge of the nose forward a bit because I'm moving. There you go. This allows you just to basically get ready to take off, and see. I mean, I can instantly just do that. That was me using my afterburner, and it gets me off the ground quick. And that's me holding W again. Sorry, S, which allows me to land safer. For safely landing, let's just move over to the fly area over here. Right, so if I was to come up to here, right, I'm tapping ascend so I don't drop to the ground. This is how you keep your level. You just tap ascend to keep you there. But if you let go and keep tapping as you go, hold on, there's trees in my way. Right, there we go. So if you're up high in the air, you just let yourself go, tap, tap, tap. It just allows you to slowly come down, and then you hold W the closer you get into the ground, and then that lets you hover, and then instead of tapping ascend, you tap sorry, not W, S. If you tap S as if you're decreasing your speed, so obviously you're high, you tap your spacebar, so you're ascending, but you're still falling to the ground, but you're having control, and then you swap to W, so you're getting to the hover as you're close to the ground, and then you start tapping slow down your speed, which is S, and that will eventually allow you to land on the ground. Okay, so if I was to show you this fluently, let me boost away and pretend I've just fought an epic battle. Pew pew, pew pew, pew pew. So I come in,
This area is restricted.
don't know why it said that. And then I tap, 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 and then land. And there you go. Obviously, like for different situations, if I'm flying around here and I want to land here, I just do exactly the same. Obviously arch your nose forward if you need to go forward, but you don't want to blast all the way there. Oh, landed at a bit of an angle. It's because there's a little thing there. There we go. Okay, so that's that done. That's quite easy. That's an easy way to lift off and take off. So now I'm just going to fly around for a bit. I'm obviously moving my mouse down, which goes up. Moving my mouse up, which then goes down, and you don't want to kill yourself, so take a bit of control. And that's basically it for the basics of flying a Mosquito. Just going to fly around for a bit, see if we can find a bit of combat, and I'll explain a bit of that. If we can find some, that is. I really like Amerish, is it? Yeah, I think it's Amerish. I really like Amerish because the amount of different types of mountainscapes you have, and you can fly in between them, and you can like try and lure the enemy into the rocks and whatnot. Just using basically the scenery to your advantage and all that. Or the landscape, shall I say, not the scenery. So you can keep it tight, close. Woo! Looks like there's a bit of combat going on here. And just fire some rockets in there and never hit anybody. Right. So I'm trying to get into a bit of combat so I can show you a bit of survival skills when it comes to... Whoa. Right, there seems to be a lot of air-to-air going on here. So, here's some of our guys assaulting a base. Obviously, when you're coming into attack, if you hold backwards and tap your ascending button, it will kind of give you, like, you can look up and down, which gives you better control of how you're shooting. So as you can see, I can just basically stick my cursor. It takes a while to get used to, but I can stick this anywhere I want without any real problems. I can, like, I don't want to kill anybody in my own side, so I could just fire a bunch of rockets there. Oh, look at that. I'm hitting something. It's probably one of the control panels for spawning vehicles, but yeah, it looks like it. And it doesn't look like I'm going to get any kills anytime soon. Don't know what I'm actually hitting in there. It's a bit of a... Oh well. Right, so as you can see, it's quite simple to have control of what you're doing. Oh look, I was actually shooting somebody. And there's you can have control of your machine gun. You can, if you just hold your strafe to the left button as if you were running around, while you're holding back and tapping your ascend button, it allows you to easily turn on the spot. This is obviously good for if something goes running past you, or you're trying to keep track of like say if there's a tank down there, I could go, right, I've got you, you're dead, and then you start shooting rockets at them, and then you follow them up the road, and so on. And let's see if this guy knows how to fly. No, I'm just going to get out of his way. Right, so that's the basic ground attack. The air can be fun, but when the numbers are a bit not in your favour, like you've got like 5 or 6 of them against one of you, it can be a bit tricky, so I'll go in and see what we can do. This base doesn't really have any air to anti-air, so I mean I can start shooting this guy. I don't know if he has... Yep. And at the moment, so what you want to do is when people are locking onto you, I'm going to take a hit from this because I don't have shafts or flares yet. You kind of want to dodge between all the scenery. Yeah, there you go, I got hit. And that's my own. Should have looked at my map for that. But so try and keep as tight as you can to the landscape, because the tighter you are, the harder you are to hit. Don't, if you hear them start firing rockets at you, like air-to-ground rockets, because they do damage, you can use them to some extent. Right, here's how I land on the pod here. Oh, he actually chased me. Oh, well done, Melissa. She chased me all the way from here, from her little base, so I think I can... Yeah, I can. Raven landing? Right, see, the good thing is I've been in the air for quite a long time, so I think I should be able to spawn another. Let me see. So the thing is, if you don't have anybody spotting what's chasing you, you will not be able to see them on your radar. How the... Uh, no, I'm an engineer, I can't float up there. Yeah, as I was saying, if you don't have anybody spotting the vehicles that are chasing you, you will not see them on your radar in the bottom left-hand corner. So the only way you'll know is if you do a full rotational turn, which obviously I didn't do at that point, so that's my bad. I should have really done that, and I would have seen them coming. Where the frick is the terminal to spawn aircraft? Is there no terminals here? I don't think there is. Right. Let me find an aircraft spawn. Okay, everybody. Right. Basically, what happened is I had a few hardware problems with my computer when I was recording the earlier footage that you've seen. So as you can see, my Mosquito's a little bit different. I don't know if I had rocket pods at the time, but I do have them now. So I'm just going to run through a few little things that can help you basically train yourself to fly the Mosquito and shoot people down. One key point here is make sure, hold on, let's land so I can do this safely. There you go. Right. Make sure you have like a good bit of control of the maps before you do this if you want to like practice your flying, and kind of just fly around these areas here. If you've got like a map like this, obviously if you've got more then you've got more space to fly around, but keep within your safe area. And what you want to do is you want to fly around your safe area and hunt your own Terran Republic or Vanu or New Conglomerate people down. Just hunt them down when they're flying in the air, right? So like this dude here. Let's see. Is he going to leave the bubble? He is not. He's just going to be arsing around. So yeah, well done, well done. Keep shooting. Right, so basically just fly around, look for someone that is in your own faction. You know, seeing as I want to record this now, aha! So what you want to do is just try and keep your target on him. So obviously if he's flying at high speed, you need to kind of like keep your target ahead of where he is. So if like he banks left, I move mine left and keep it a little bit further. That's him barraging. Nobody? Is anybody there? Oh. Oh! Okay, I'll assist. Got Sunder a kill. Whatever. How about that? I'm not even trying to get any ground kills at the moment, but I'm successfully doing it anyway. I'm obviously going to help my guys out if they're in need of... Oh. Sup? Oh, jeez. I just got to stop playing this game and do your guide. I'm going to get hit. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, just like I say, just fly around, get your own guys and your own target. Do not shoot, obviously, because you're going to end up getting a weapons lock, which means you cannot fire your gun for a certain amount of time, however long that is. I mean, ground targets do the same, kind of, if they're driving fast, kind of keep the target ahead of them, so you can obviously fire your rockets down, practice firing your rockets. If you can keep them like that, just keeping your target ahead of them, then you know when it comes to the combat, just do exactly the same, but this time press the button so you actually kill them. So that's generally it for the air and ground combat for the Mosquito. So obviously I gave you a bit of tips in flying around. It mostly just comes with experience. The more you fly, the better you're going to get. This skin that you see me with the Mosquito is just one of the things you can purchase with your fancy little points here. Hold on, I'll show you. Depot. So if you pay real cash or whatever, you get SC points here. Got 2,100. You go into vehicle gear. You can buy. Let's see. Mosquito. So you got your camouflage and whatnot for different situations. You got faces for glass and whatnot, so you can have like the TR logo. And you've also got different colours of glass, which I'm not really bothered about. I'm just like, whatever. But yeah, that's just the things for the Mosquito. Obviously, I'm going to, in the future, do some guides for other vehicles, like the Liberator, Galaxy, the tanks, and whatnot. So I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to do it for each different race. I mean, they're pretty much the same, just a few alterations for each race, dependent on what their actual vehicle, how their vehicle fires and whatnot, and flies and stuff. But it's all pretty much the same. It's a game. Controls are exactly the same for each race. It's just how they handle or fire. If you like this review, I am going to try and do them a bit better in the future. Unfortunately, I just had a couple of hardware issues this time. But if you do like it, just click that like button. Tell me what kind of review you want, what you want me to show you, and we definitely will show you. And this is Neil from Sankaku Games. Please subscribe, because you're going to miss out on a lot of action if you don't. And thanks for watching. Sayonara.